Dear students, Namaste. Welcome to you all to the class of Compulsory English of Grade 10. How are you dear all? Very good. I'm also fine. Are you ready to learn? Yes, that's wonderful. So, could you please guess what we are going to discuss in today's class? Absolutely. We are going to deal with the exercises related to reading 2 under Unit 7, that is cyber security. Okay. So, in the previous lesson we discussed a topic. What was the title of the topic? Okay, that's wonderful. Cyber security, basic internet safety tips. So, we learned a lot of stuff there, how we could or we can become secure while using the internet. Yes? Okay. So how many of you have decided to become a smart user of the internet? Smart user of the internet? Yes, very good. I see many hands being raised. Good. So as you have decided to be the smart user of the internet, I'm also going to be a smart user of the internet. So let's discuss something or bring some ideas, remind ourselves, okay, what we discussed in the previous class. Okay, so we have discussed the text in detail in our previous class. So let's remind ourselves, okay, about what the text was really about. Let's begin. So I have not prepared the whole document in, let's say, paragraph form, okay, to remind you. I have highlighted some, let's say, issues here or points or brought some ideas from the text. So as we have all known that this is the age of science and technology, we have to use internet in our daily lives, both personal and professional lives, because it has become an integral part, or without internet we cannot run our business, run our lives smoothly. Okay, so for this we might be using multiple devices. What are the multiple devices? For example, mobile phone, laptop, smartwatch, smart TV, etc. And you have to create multiple accounts to run them. Okay, so it may arouse multiple chances of being in problematic situations. Means if you use the same account or ID and password for different those devices, you might be in problem. If the if the password of a single device is known to a hacker, then you will be losing a lot of things. Okay, so we must have to use different passwords for different accounts. Got it? Okay, according to the text, children, teenagers like you people and senior citizens are particularly vulnerable of these sort of actions, or hackers might create or steal their data. Okay, and these are the groups they are at risk according to the text. So we have discussed how to create strong passwords as well in our previous class. Okay, you have to use strong passwords and change your passwords very frequently, and never let even your close friend to, let's say, know your password. It is not trustworthy. You should not believe them. Okay, with people writing password, do you think it is good idea to write password in a notebook? Definitely not. Then what should we do? Yes, we can use encrypted file, okay, or make encrypted password and register them, or let's say store them somewhere. And we have to, let's say, be careful about auto login. We should not let ourselves auto login, or we should not let our devices remember our passwords as well. Did you get my point? Means we should be careful. So there can be, let's say, small, let's say, boxes where you can tick, okay, while login. this sort of, let's say, phrases might be there. So if you tick here, your device might be remembering you. Okay, so be careful. If this tick mark is given there or not, you should untick it, unmark it, if there is such system. Got it? Did you get my point? Okay. Or else you should, okay, avoid auto login as well. Protection of data while offline too means you are using the internet, okay, and you might be, let's say, typing or doing a lot of things offline too, so that information might be lost when you are in online. That's why you should be careful about those security as well. You can protect your documents by using passwords. Even you can protect your Word document using passwords. That's why while offline as well, you have to be very careful. Okay, next is using PIN number. Okay, you can have different, let's say, PIN numbers. You should not write them. And while, let's say, buying things, you have to use chip debit cards rather than traditional magnetic type of debit cards, which we have discussed in the, let's say, previous lesson. And before signing in or logging into anything online, you have to read the terms and conditions. So you might be accessing a lot of information. For that, you might have to log in to different sites. Before you log in, you have to read the terms and conditions. Got my idea? Okay. So to protect your devices, you can use fingerprint technology, okay, basically in your mobile sets, and face scanning technology as well. Okay. Need for securing all our devices. This is another point that we discussed in our last class. Timely software updates. So let it be automatic. Let your device update your devices automatically. If you enable this feature, this happens automatically. Next point is Wi-Fi or access to public Wi-Fi security. Do you think this is okay? No, very good. So we should not access to public Wi-Fi security because there might be, let's say, there are chances that you might get your data stolen or you might get your privacy stolen as well. So never try to get access to public Wi-Fi. Logging out immediately after a transaction is over. For example, if you paid using your, let's say, device, for example, mobile phone with applications from any bank or connect IPS like thing, okay, you have to log out immediately. Okay. Today, many people use different paying, let's say, applications. But if you are using them, make sure that you have logged out immediately after the transaction is over. Securing Wi-Fi with strong passwords. Do you have Wi-Fi at home? Okay, how often do you change the passwords then? No? Somebody said very frequently. Good, well done. You should do it. Okay, and you should use a strong password as well. That is hard to guess password. How could you make it? You can use special characters like $sign, @ etc. And numbers or small and capital letters mixed, okay, etc. Okay, dear students, so you have to, next point is you have to use two-factor authentication. That means you have to enable extra layer of security. So I showed you a picture, like two pictures related to how, for example, while logging in your laptop, suppose there could be a notification in your mobile device. Until and unless you let's say respond to your mobile device or request on your mobile device, you can't log into your laptop. So this is a type of extra layer of security. And while so next point is communicating with other people. For example, you might be using applications like Facebook, okay, and there can be many people who let's say might have sent you friend requests. Do you think it is a good idea to accept them? Definitely no. Very good. So you should not talk to those people who are not familiar with you. If you reveal your personal data, personal information, okay, they might, let's say, spread. A lot of people might be reading or making fun of your personal data. That's why you should not trust anyone whom you don't know personally. Did you get my point? Okay, the last point is backing up personal data. So while using your devices like laptop or smartphones, etc., you might have different resources, prepare documents, photos, etc. So make a habit of storing them in a separate, let's say, device like external hard drive or pen drive, and keep them safely. Okay, so you should back up your personal data as well using other devices. Don't store everything in your, let's say, mobile phone or laptop, because they might be stolen. So dear students, I guess these are very practical things you might be using in your day-to-day life as well. Okay, so these are not the things that you just read and forget, but apply them in your personal life as well. Are you ready to do that? Okay, dear students, thank you very much for your active participation up to now. Let's begin some exercises. There are some exercises. One has been done in the last class or in our previous class. Let's do the rest today. Okay. In B, there is one activity related to deciding or true or false activity. State whether the following statements are true or false. You have to write whether the given statements are true or false. Okay, dear students, let's read out them, and you have to decide whether these sentences are true or false. A. It is a good idea to use the same password in different accounts for safety purpose. Please think of it. You have to decide it. The teenagers are more vulnerable than any other age groups regarding the internet safety. C. It is not safe to let the computer remember passwords. D. A cheap debit card is safer than expensive one. A cheap debit card is safer than the expensive one. E. It is not safe to enable auto update of software in our devices. And the last one is, we should never enter our financial details on websites. Okay, dear students, please go through the text once, read the text thoroughly, and decide whether these sentences are true or false. Please work together with your friend. Okay? Now, start your task. Okay, students, I guess you have completed the task. Have you? Good. Let's hear them. So, we'll begin with A. The statement is, it is a good idea to use the same password in different accounts for safety purpose. What do you think? Is it true or false? Okay, before you decide or tell me the answer, let me ask you, did you read this part of the text to decide? Okay, very good. Some of you said yes, good. So look at the underlined part. Use different user IDs or password combinations for different accounts. Now, based on this information, what do you think? Is this statement true or false? What did you say? Okay, definitely, this is a false one. We have to use not the same password, rather different passwords for different accounts. It might be easier for you to remember the same password for different accounts, but from safety point of view, it is not safe. Well done. Let's see the statement in B. The teenagers are more vulnerable than any other age groups regarding the internet safety. What do you think? Please tell me. Did you say no? Good. Did you say yes? Okay, before I say you are correct or not, let me show you a part of text, okay? So that it is easier for you to decide. look at this information. Okay, vulnerable groups like children, teenagers, and senior citizens. Now, could you make the correct answer? Yes, this is a false information because it says not only the teenagers but also children and senior citizens are particularly vulnerable. Good. Those who have already said false. Let's see the statement in C and decide it. It is not safe to let the computer remember passwords. What do you think? Okay, let me show the text and the part of the text that you have to go through. Prevent auto login, on check, keep me signed in, and remember my password options. What do you think? It is not safe to let the computer remember passwords. Is it safe or not safe? It is not safe. You have to uncheck, keep me signed in, or remember my password, etc. Good, dear students, you are doing a great job. Good. D. A cheap debit card is safer than the expensive one. What do you say? Is it true? We talked about cheap debit card as well, yes? Okay, please go through this part. Have you found it? Yes, good, very good. And look at the word cheap debit card. Okay, the cheap debit card is more secure than the traditional magnetic strip debit card. Look at the spelling of chip. CHEAP means low cost. Okay, and it talks about CHIP. Do you think these meanings are same or different? Absolutely, they are different. So the statement is true or false now? Definitely, this is a false statement. Good. E. It is not safe to enable auto update of software in our devices. Yes, you said it correct. But let's see the text, okay, that supports your idea. Set up automatic updates on your devices so you never miss one. Look at the exclamation point here. Okay, so the information is definitely a false one. Good. So it is safe to enable auto updates of software. Okay, next statement in F is we should never enter our financial details on websites. Please tell me the answer. Or do you want to see the text before? Okay, very good. Let me show the text. And I have highlighted the part you have to go through as well. Do not reveal details about your online account. Okay, so the answer is yes, again false. Okay students, so it was a wonderful discussion. Now let's go to another activity. In C, it says read the following paragraph headings, okay, and write the correct paragraph names A to H against them. Now you have to read the paragraph headings very carefully and you have to pick out a paragraph heading from this section to the paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. They are there in your textbook. Are you clear about it? So there are headings, let's look at them, okay, and there are paragraph numbers as well, or paragraph headings like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H in capital, okay, and you have to write these headings in the above the respective paragraphs, okay. For example, A, keep your personal data safe. Which of the given paragraphs in the text is suitable for this title, okay, or which this title is, which of the paragraphs meets with this criteria, keep your personal data safe. B, keep personal information private. C, set up two-factor authentication. D, make sure your devices are secure. E, Be careful about Wi-Fi. F. Pay attention to software updates. G. Back up your personal data. H. Protect your personal information with strong passwords. Now, dear students, work in small groups of 3 and decide which paragraphs go with which titles. Okay, have you formed the groups? Good. Now please do the task. You have to share answers with me, okay? Good. So, have you finished? Great. Let's share the answers. Keep your personal data safe. Please make sure that you have to tell me, you'll be telling the paragraph, okay, headings as well, A, B, C, etc. Which paragraph goes with this particular heading? Keep your personal data safe. What did you say? Did it match with what you said just now? Okay, very good. Paragraph B. Let's see the paragraph. So it says, it talks about PIN number, okay, or PIN pad, use of, let's say, debit card, okay, etc. Financial information, better use cheap debit card, okay, and never your financial information, etc. So you have to have or keep your personal data safe. Let's go to title in B. Keep personal information private. Okay, it goes with paragraph G. Do not reveal details about your online account. Be careful while communicating with people you have met online recently. Okay. Delete inappropriate messages from your profile. I told you earlier that if you have enter your phone number, okay, etc., house number, street number, etc., please delete them. Okay, they might be harmful to you. So these are the proofs. Next, set two-factor authentication. Which paragraph matches with this information? Could you please tell me? Okay, that's wonderful. It goes with paragraph F. So let's see the text. It says two-factor authentication. Okay, it goes with the title. Good. Next, make sure your devices are secure. Which paragraph did you say? Okay, that's wonderful. It goes with paragraph C. It is. Utilize password, other security options like fingerprint, etc. to secure your device. Okay, face readers, fingerprint, and there are data as well. 30% of smartphone users do not use passwords. It is not safe, I said. Okay. Next one is be careful about Wi-Fi. And which paragraph goes with this title? Okay, that's wonderful. Paragraph E. Let's see the proof. Do not trust public Wi-Fi security. It deals with Wi-Fi, online transaction, etc., etc. Okay, make sure your own Wi-Fi networks are protected with strong passwords. Change your Wi-Fi passwords frequently, etc. are there. So this title goes with paragraph E. F. Pay attention to software updates. You might have correctly matched this with the respective paragraph. Check your answer. And here is the text to support your answer. Promptly install software updates. Did you make it correct? Well done. Next one, back up your personal data. And it goes with paragraph H. It says, back up important personal information on external hard drives. Okay. And the next one is in H. It goes with yes. A. Paragraph A. Protect your personal information with strong password. So the entire paragraph A deals with how to set up strong password and protect personal information. Okay, dear students, we have completed two exercises. Let's do a question answer exercise. Answer these questions. There are 6 questions altogether. How do we try to protect our physical property? B. What should we do to keep our password secret? C. Mention any 2 safety measures for shopping with debit cards. D. How can we secure our accounts even when someone finds our password? Why do you think we should make online friends only to familiar people? And last one is, what can we do to keep our online data safe? Please go through the text once more and write answers. Please don't forget to share answers with me, okay? I'll be asking you. Have you done? Okay, dear students, let's share the answers. Okay, dear students, let's see the first question. How do we try to protect our physical property? So where do you think text discusses this sort of information or talks about this sort of information? Saving our physical property? Yes, at the very beginning of the text. Do you want to look at it? Okay, so I have highlighted some parts as well. Lock the door, use bike lock, or keep our valuable possessions in a safe, for example. So what answer could you write? Okay, that's wonderful. By locks, keeping them means here our personal belongings, valuable assets, etc. in a safe. Good. Let's go to question in B. What should we do to keep our password secret? Yes, you have a lot of ideas. Yes? Good. Even though you have some ideas, I want to show you some part of the text. Okay, so please look at the highlighted part, underlined ones. Make the passwords more complicated, keep them in private and change them regularly. Don't share your passwords, okay? And store your password hint secretly, encrypt, okay? You can use encrypted file as well. So these are the ways you can do it. Okay, please now, could you please share your answer? Good. Make our passwords complicated, keep them secretly, and send them frequently. Okay, so this you can, let's say, write some of these ideas. You can add more as well. C. Mention any 2 safety measures for shopping with debit cards. I told you, in Nepal, we generally don't have practice of using debit cards. It is not very common, but we use credit cards instead. So the question is, mention any 2 safety measures for shopping with debit cards. And the related text is this one. Remember tips like shielding, means blocking the personal identification number PIN pad when you make purchases, and learning how to spot a credit card scammer at gas pumps, means petrol stations, petrol pumps. Using a chip debit card is another way to protect your financial information. So, what's the answer? Shielding PIN pad and using chip debit cards. Good. D. How can we secure our accounts even when someone finds our password? You have secure your information or account with a password and somebody else knows it. What should we do at that particular time? Did you get my point? Okay, so you have to go through this paragraph for the answer. So enable 2-factor authentication, okay, or add extra layer of security. Answer could be yes, by enabling 2-factor authentication or extra layer of security. Good, dear students, good going. E. Why do you think we should make online friends only to familiar people? We have discussed a lot of things, yes? Good. So there is a text to support your answer. Be careful while communicating with people you have met online recently. Accept people's friends requests in social media only if you know them in person. Means if you know them personally only. So why should we do so? This does not, let's say, tell exactly what happens, but you could write it might cause problems to us, people might fake themselves and cheat us. So be careful. Even if you see a, let's say, profile of a known person, somebody else might have created it to cheat you. Okay, the name and profile picture might be known to you, but somebody else might be using them, okay, to cheat you. Be careful at that time as well. Okay, results or observe the activity very carefully. F. What can we do to keep our online data safe? Okay, dear student, let's see some of the ideas that are helpful to keep our online data safe. The first one is using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication. Third one is being cautious or attentive about sharing personal information. We should not share our personal information. Next one is avoiding using public Wi-Fi. We should always make sure that we are using secure Wi-Fi networks. Not clicking to unauthorized links means you might, while for example you are searching something using Google, suppose, there might be different sites blinking. Okay, you may pay attention to, but be careful, you should not click at them. So if you do that, they might get chances to steal your information. So don't do it. Even if you click, read the terms and conditions before logging in. Before you provide your data, please read the terms and conditions. Okay, the, let's say, why it is for, what it does, etc., etc., might be there. So you have to read them very carefully. Please write similar points and make notes. Okay, so last activity is, have you ever lost your personal data and information while using the internet? Share your experiences in the class. Okay, dear students, please tell me, have you had such an experience of losing your personal data and information? Do you have any? Did you say you lost your password? Okay, good. And then what happened? Did you find it back? No? Ah, sorry for that. So if you ask me, I have once lost all my data, okay, of my computer. It was perhaps my ignorance. I used to store all my data in iCloud, but it happened to be lost once. I lost a lot of data, information, and collection of sources. Suddenly, I found myself to be helpless and lost. What to do, what not to do kind of thing happened to me. I tried my best to restore the data myself, but I could not do so. Finally, I asked one of my friends for help and luckily got my data back. It was a wow moment for me. Okay, so this is what has happened to me once. Okay, dear students, now we have come to the end of today's class. Today we discussed, let's say, text-related comprehension questions in reading 2 under Unit 7. I guess you have enjoyed the lesson and my ideas have become fruitful to you all. Thank you very much for your active participation. We'll meet again in the next episode. Till then, bye-bye and namaste.